Hello everyone, Terra here and welcome back for another Transformers figure review, and today I've got with me Transform Elements MM03 Stinger Warrior aka Beast Wars Scorponok. And before we go on with the figure itself, since I do have it for once, I'm going to show you the packaging. So really nice package design. On one side you've got the beast mode of the Scorpion, and you've got here the MM03 Stinger Warrior die-cast metal transformation, and on the top you can see the Transform Element logo, and under certain light you can also see some artwork on the back, and on the other side you've got the bot mode again with Stinger Warrior, and again some artwork here on the back, which is a really nice touch, and overall really nice design box. So enough about the box, and it's history time. And for those who are not interested, they can just fast forward to the actual figure review. Obviously, this is a third party's take on Beast Wars Scorponok. And for those who are not familiar with the series, it was about the war between the Maximals and the Predacons, which were the Autobot and Decepticon descendants respectively. Scorponok was the second in command and always loyal to Megatron, who was the leader obviously. But he's, the dumber than a rock character, when it's quite funny. And surprisingly, he excelled at developing bioweapons, considering he's pretty stupid. But anyway, quite an interesting and fun character. And spoiler alert, he dies by falling into lava at some point in the show. So let's take a closer look at the figure. You've got a really nice, show-accurate head sculpt. You can see the silver, metallic silver on the mouth and on the chin. You've got this metallic gold on the top of the head and on the little teeth on the side of the face. You also have gloss yellow for the visor, and for the most part the head is made out of this really nice metallic gunmetal gray die-cast. Is it die-cast? Yeah, actually I think it is. And moving down onto the main body, you've got some gold here in the center. I think there's like a little jewel, and you've got this matte gray for the most part of the body, and the same gray but just a bit of a darker version here for the waist, the elbows, and the inside of the shoulders. Then you have this matte purple. I really like this purple on the shoulder guards, the claws, and on the bottom of the feet. And I have to note here that the entire leg section is made out of die-cast, so from the knee downwards is die-cast, so these parts are all painted, and it's prone to paint chipping like here. And last but not least, you've got some metallic black on the inside where the missiles are, and this really nice bright red on the missiles, the little scorpion feet, and obviously the Scorpion Stinger, and this is made out of die-cast as well. Also, at this point I'd like to remind you to smack that subscribe button to keep updated with the channel, and there's gonna be a figure giveaway at 1000 subs. Going on to the articulation, starting from the head, you've got a ball joint and a hinge here, so you've got pretty extended range of movement up and down. You can see all the way around. I mean, he can pretty much pull off any looking pose you want, so that's nice. Then you come to the arms. You have a shoulder joint which is individually articulated. This can rotate full 360. Then you have a butterfly joint, but that's mostly due to the transformation. And then coming onto the arm itself, you have a ball joint inside there which can rotate by itself full 360. It can move out, and you can rotate it backwards, and then you've got full rotation on the bicep, just above the bicep. Then you've got a double hinged elbow joint which allows for almost 180 degrees movement, and then coming down to the claw you've got full rotation, and then you can open up the claw that much, and then you have inside these really nice missiles which are on a hinge that allows them to, just wiggle up and down. Then going on to the waist, you do not have a waist rotation, but you do have an ab crunch. Then going on to the legs, you've got a ball joint on the hip, so you can do full splits, move back 90 degrees, front 90 degrees, and then you have a knee rotation just above the knee. It can turn around 360, and then going down you've got an ankle pivot on this joint here, which is on a die cast metal. So you've got that much of a bend on the ankle. I don't want to push it more because it might even go, but I don't really want to push it because it feels like this part might snap off, so I'll just keep it until there. And then you've got a heel bend and a toe bend, and then on the toe you've got a secondary joint which is quite stiff, but it gives you like a couple of degrees more if you want to use it. And then going on to the really amazing scorpion tail, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hinges that allows you for seriously insane amount of movement. I mean, this figure is just meant to be played with, and if you ask me, this is like everything that a toy should be, you know. When you buy a figure, you should be able to play with, no matter if you're a collector, if you're a child. A figure is meant to be played with, that's my opinion, and this thing does the job amazingly. As for accessories, you only get the missiles on the inside of the claws, and unfortunately these do not detach. I would like to see them being detached. And he also comes with this little fly bot, which unfortunately does not attach or store anywhere on the figure, and that would be a really nice thing to have included in any way. And he does have like a small tab here, but I've tried it, I haven't been able to find any place that you can attach it to. I don't know if anyone has been able to figure this out. Please message me if you have. And for the most part, this thing is made out of black plastic. You've got this gray on the wings and some red for the eyes and here in the back. And basically this represents the one episode in the show where he fired this thing onto Optimus Primal and it got attached onto his chest and basically made Optimus more aggressive.
I have a special cyber beat just for you, Optimus Primal. Enjoy!
For any further details, please check the show, don't be lazy. So, enough with this. As for size comparison, here he is with Beast Wars Transmetal 1 Optimus Prime. They look really nice together. Here he is with Lego's Venom, which pretty much towers over him. I mean, this is a Legends scale class. So here he is with Iron Factory's Primal Commander, for once I remember the name. Yeah, I think for Legend scales, this would be really show accurate, if you ask me. And last but not least, here he is with big ol' Buckethead himself. Gonna have to move the camera pretty far back to show this. Yeah, it's just a small little guy. So moving on to the transformation is quite simple, but it's expected from a Legends class toy. So to start with, I'm just gonna close the feet and just rotate them like so. And then you just want to untab the shoulder pieces, just pull them out like that, do it on both sides and just leave it there. Then you want to just flip the head down as far as it goes and just leave it there. Then just move the little legs out the way. One thing I forgot to mention, these things, there is no specific place of putting them in the robot mode. There's nothing on the instructions, so I just left them there as you've seen in the video. Then you want to come to this part and just lift it up, and it's gonna untap from this place it just basically slides here, so there is no locking mechanism or anything. And then just straighten it out and it will lock like that. Then you just want to come down to the waist and just pull it out, and it's going to extend on a double pegging system, I guess. And then you just fold it back onto the tail itself. Then just fold these pieces down like that and fold the head down. And then basically you want to flip the legs, so these two tabs go into these two slots here, like so. Now one thing I should note is that these two tabs have a bit of a incline positioning, so when you transform it you have to be careful because these are prone to snapping. And then just adjust these legs. And these ones in the instructions, they're supposed to be rotated upwards, so you have to have the opening like that. So I'll just keep to the instructions. And one more thing the instructions say is the arms, you pretty much have to leave them like so. I mean, personally I don't like this too much, so I just fold them down and out like that. I don't know, it feels a bit better to have it like this, I guess. But that's my personal opinion. It's up to you to transform your toy however you want. And there you have Scorpion Warrior in the Scorpion mode. Now these shoulders, you can move them around if you want. I mean, you can pretty much place them however you want. It's the one thing that this toy gives. I mean, there's so much availability on posing, and you know, have the legs however you want, have the shoulders however you want. And that's quite rare nowadays. I mean, everything is structured on a specific design, and toys nowadays don't allow for such playability like this one, and it's a bit sad, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, this thing is so show accurate in both forms, which is seriously, it's amazing. Let's get a bit closer look onto the face. Again, really show accurate. It's amazing how accurate this company has managed to get this figure. And probably one of the negatives that I would like to see maybe in the future is have this in like a Voyager class size or Leader class size. I mean, this is such a nice figure. So yeah, the color scheme is more or less the same. Pretty basic transformation, but I mean the final result is astounding. So just a bit of a size comparison in this mode. Let me move a bit back. Here he is with Transmetal Dinobot. Here he is with Transmetal Rat Trap. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna have to review this guy soon because that's an amazing figure as well. And here he is with Cybertron Leo Breaker or Leo Prime. Now as for articulation in this mode, you pretty much have the same for the leg and for the claws, but now you've got a lot of articulation on the Scorpion legs, and these are separated into sets of two. So you have the back set, which is made out of a ball joint here on the base, and then you've got 1 and 2 hinges. And the front ones, they have an individual hinge here, which allows them to move individually on that hinge. And then you have a right and left moving hinge, and then you've got 1, 2 hinges on the legs themselves. So they're very, very articulated, and unfortunately the joints are quite weak, so you're not gonna be able to get him to stand on the little Scorpion leg. Overall thoughts, I love this figure. Yes, it's not this big shelf presence figure, but seriously, Transform Element have managed to knock this out of the park and capture every aspect of what I believe to make a great toy. You have amazing show accuracy, great possibility, you have die cast exactly on the parts you need to have it, and you can play with it to your heart's content, which is very important for me at least. The only minor thing I would say this figure has is that you've got no storage for the little flybot, you can't remove the missiles, and you need to watch out for some of the pegs, especially the ones on the scorpion face, because they're prone to breaking. Mine already have some stress marks because of me being a little rough with it, but other than that, it's pretty much solid. And something I did not mention till now, you can get this figure from $35 to $45 depending where you buy it from, and I think it's an astounding price for the quality you get. So I would give this figure 4 out of 5 for the above things I've mentioned. Personally, I bought it from Baba Bobo, which is an excellent website, and I highly recommend it if you need to feed your figure needs. Link in the description. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and have given you some input if you're looking to buy this figure or a Scorponok figure. If you like this channel, do smack the subscribe button. Till next time, stay geeky and keep your inner child happy. Take care, everyone.